Should have moved the table. It's moving a lot. You're live. We're live.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live stream. Can you hear us? Sound check. Can you please say? Oh, it's working. We can hear ourselves. How is everyone? Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. 여러분 안녕하세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요. Hello.
So we have
영진님.
이종과 and 진용진.
안녕하세요.
Can practice my Korean name pronunciation. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Uncivilized.
Uncivilized 잡칭총.
Probably civilized.
새해 복
많이 받으세요.
투투진님 반가워요.
반가워요. Hello.
Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine. Anna. 안녕 Anna.
안녕하십니까?
안녕하십니까?
진우님 안녕하십니까?
Good morning.
진우님.
Goedemorgen. I guess she is in the Netherlands.
지금 아침인가 봐요.
No, still morning there. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
오기찬.
다들 저녁 드셨어요?
It's very small for me. Oh, my eyes are getting bad.
아니야, 바트.
I need to look like this.
You got like
be
one more ear, so yeah.
I'm getting a little bit older.
떡국 먹었어요, 저희.
28 years old already. 28살이에요.
한국 나이로는?
한국말로?
한국 나이.
한국 나이? 소ren? I'm not going to use the Korean age.
바트.
귀야 씨한테 초콜릿 받으셨어요? 아니요, 안 받았어요.
저희 약간 이번 발렌타인 약간 스킵했어. 근데 저희 며칠 전에 호텔에서 약간 둘이서 호캉스 했어요, 오랜만에.
Yep.
너무 좋았어.
So in Korea it's Valentine's Day, and here it's very usual that women give some chocolate to the men, but apparently not in our relationship. Fia didn't give me anything. I was happy to get a kiss this afternoon.
진짜. 제가 사실 어제 호캉스를 해서 그냥 그걸로 퉁치는 걸로.
다른 친구랑 맞아 없었어요.
맞아요. 어제 제가 친구들이랑 놀러 갔거든요. 그래서 바트가 홀로 발렌타인 그렇게 보내게 됐어요.
But we had our date last week. We spent one night in a hotel and we didn't do anything. No work, no phones, nothing. It was really good.
맞아요.
So guys, did you have
어제 방송 못 보셨다고? 어제 방송 되게 재밌었어요. 지금 CTS 홈페이지 들어가면 보실 수 있다고. 그냥 뭐 로그인 안 해도 보실 수 있대요. 그래서 아버지가 말해줬어요.
Yesterday, did you watch a documentary on CTS TV?
저희 TV 나왔어요.
About Hendrik Hamel and Bakyeon? Maybe I was the only one who watched it.
아니야. 저 되게.
It's so weird. Well, first of all, it's weird to be on television in Korea.
Yeah.
But it's really weird to sit in the living room in front of the television to look at yourself.
By yourself.
Yeah.
맞아.
So we made a documentary together with Yannick, my Dutch friend, also living in Korea. And they launched it yesterday. So it was about Hamel and Bakyeon.
네. 어제 방송 보는 그 CTS 이게 기독교 방송인데 거기서 뭐 하멜이랑 박연을 이제 뭐 재조명하면서 뭐 그런 다큐멘터리였어요. 그래서 근데 거기 바트 분량이 정말 많아요. 그러니까 저도 은근히 분량이 많답니다. 그래서
그리고 귀한 노래.
제가 노래 부른 것도 TV에 나왔어요. 저희 가족이 다 같이 봤는데.
네덜란드에서 만든 노래.
맞아요.
하모데. 요즘 한국어 많이 배워요. 바트님 목소리 따뜻해요. 감사합니다. 커피 많이 마셔서 목소리 조금 이렇게요. Yeah, but warm voice. So what is the literal translation of this?
따뜻한 그냥 your voice has a like warm vibe.
Warm vibe.
I don't know. Yeah.
답변하셨네요. Can you read it?
두 분 yeah, we are like a debut for actors.
Yeah. So they also used the videos on my channel, the iGoBart channel, because I made a whole series on Hamel. If you haven't watched it, then go check it out. So in one of the episodes, I tried to. Well, it was an attempt to some acting. It's terrible. Oh my God, it's terrible. But they used it in a documentary, so I made it on television with my acting.
그 저희 아이고바트의 그 하멜 시리즈 첫 번째 영상에 바트가 연기한 게 나오거든요. 근데 그것도 나와가지고.
Yeah.
아내분은 하멜하고 벨테브레 어떻게 알았어요? 저는 그냥 초등학교 때 교과서에서 다들 그렇게 보지 않나요? 저도 그냥 초등학교 때 봤던 것 같아요.
여러분 하멜 누구인지 아세요? Do you know who is Hendrik Hamel? Asking to the non-Dutch. I think probably more Koreans know who is Hamel and Bakyeon more than the Dutch do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's not a famous story in the Netherlands, right?
Not at all. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So, maar Koreaans is moeilijk, which means Korean is very difficult. It is very difficult. These days, I'm going to Korean Hagwon. It's called Winter Korean, and it's in Hongdae. I go 4 days a week, and I study 3 hours a day. It's very difficult. Yeah, I feel like I've been studying now for 5 to 6 years, and I'm not really improving much.
Aww.
The problem is, and I know this is the problem, because the best teacher is next to me. So we should speak more Korean in daily life. But after studying, after work, I'm so tired that I'm literally not in the mood to speak Korean because it just sucks out all the energy out of me.
That's the problem. Because I also want to speak. 저도 이제 바트 요즘 한국어를 정말 열심히 배우는데 이제 문제가 뭐냐면 막 저도 일하고 끝나고 와서 이제 뭔가 부부로서 대화를 하고 싶으면 이제 바트도 일을 하고 막 이러니까 피곤한 거예요. 그래서 한국말을 쓰는 게 피곤해서 그게 어렵다고 말을 했습니다.
네, 말했습니다.
그런데
thank you. Welcome to the new people. Ja, echt. There is one Korean speaking Dutch. That's really interesting. Speaking Dutch. Dutch is not easy.
뚜뚜진이님
알아요.
유튜브에서만 봤는데요. 감사합니다. 서프라이즈 보는 줄 알아.
So surprise?
Yeah, the Korean, Korean
TV
show.
Yeah.
Like,
my friend is often there. Yannick.
야닉이 거기서 연기를
surprise 배우. Anne, guys, maybe you know Anne.
Anne.
Yeah, Anne. She lived here in Korea. She's now back in Germany. She used to appear a lot in Mickey So's channel.
맞아.
And a few times in my channel too. I did an interview. I feel speaking Korean to your partner is harder than people always think. Yeah, many people, they say that you must have a Korean girlfriend or wife. So yeah, you learn Korean in less than half a year. No, so not true.
Yeah, I think also like it needs a lot of patience and, like patience and some like courage to speak, just keep like continuously.
True. So my native tongue is Dutch. In Korea, I mostly communicate in English on my YouTube channel, on social media. And I try to study Korean. But the problem is, so my Korean is getting better a little bit. My English, it's going down. Used to be much better. And my Dutch, so when I go back to the Netherlands, I try to speak to my friends. I'm surprised how worse my Dutch got. How bad my Dutch got.
But that's also true. Like, I mean, also for me, because my Korean really sucks now. Like yesterday I met my friends and like, there's a lot of words that I couldn't come up with, like really difficult. 저도 한국말을 점점 까먹어가고 있어요.
Korea has one problem.
뭐?
문제 하나 있어요.
뭔데요?
She cannot speak 반말.
맞아. 저는 약간 그 존댓말병이 있어가지고 반말을 못해요.
부모님한테?
부모님한테도 존댓말하고 그러니까 새로운 사람들 만나서 막 말 넣으라고 해도 너무 어렵더라고요.
Hey, I see Michael. Welcome, Michael. Welcome to the other new people. Yeah.
Michael. Hi, Michael.
What's up? Dutch English. Dutchlish.
바트 형도 비트코인 사셨나요?
Yeah. So I started doing Bitcoin this year in January because we had to stay in quarantine for 2 weeks.
자가격리 중에 시작했어요.
When we came back from the Netherlands. I did a lot of research on YouTube. I read a lot of articles, and finally I made a decision that, okay, it's not too late to jump into the crypto world. I use a little bit of my saving money to buy some tokens. So I did, and not only Bitcoin. And so far doing well. I think my whole portfolio is up like over 50% in less than a month's time. So investing,
Yes.
crypto. Electronic money, good choice. I think so too. So far, well, when it goes down, I probably regret it, but I don't think so. I think for the coming year, it will only go up.
두 분 한국 오셨나 봐. 네, 저희 1월에 들어왔어요.
Yeah, we're now in our Songsang chip.
저희 성산동 집.
Sinwon chip. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's actually perfect. 딱 좋아. We're not planning to move anytime soon. So you guys like Huya's new hair color? She says it's green. I think it's yellow.
It's like a neon green, but
neon green.
Yeah, neon green. Do you know Billie Eilish?
Glow in dark.
Billie Eilish.
I know Billie Eilish.
So inspire 받아서 했습니다.
So some time ago, Huya used to change her hair color a lot of times, and at some point you just stopped doing that. And it's like,
yeah, because I was in the Netherlands.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did it again.
It gives this Hongdae vibe.
맞아.
맞아.
홍대 people. 감사합니다. 유튜브 말고 다른 하시는 일 있나요? 다른 하시는 일 있나요?
No.
지금은 바트는 유튜브고요. 저는 원래 다른 회사 다니다가 지금 그만두고 이직을 생각하면서 준비하고 있습니다.
Yeah, so for everyone in the live stream right now who just came, so I want to use this live stream for actually quite a big announcement. Maybe a little bit sad news. So a lot of things going to change for the both of us. So I will talk about that a little bit later. So just that you know that. Now my full-time job is being a YouTuber. I make my money with that. iGoBart is my main channel. And before that, I was teaching a little bit in Korea. I was working in a pizzeria. And before that, when I was still in the Netherlands, I was used to work for a big INGO. It's called CARE International. It's an American INGO. And there I was a program officer for Yemen, a country in the Middle East where there's a war going on. And through that company, we were setting up development programs in that country so that women and children could build a better future during wartime. That was, basically what I was responsible for. I did that for a year, didn't like it at all. And then I decided to travel and eventually ended up in Korea, met Korea. So long story short. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. I have no secrets.
예멘 어지러운 나라인데 좋은 일 하셨네요. So Yemen is like a very complicated country, but you did a good thing.
Very complicated country, yeah. So basically, the people that are in Yemen right now, they cannot travel. They cannot get the right visa to either go to Europe or any place in the world. A few Yemeni people who were working for our company, they could get a visa only through the company. So the company had to apply at the embassy. Oh, I'm shaking the table. To get their visa. That was the only way. So it was really sad. Therefore, I really liked working there, but not as much as I wanted. And that's why I decided to quit. Any questions?
바트님 얼굴 UFC에서 많이 봤어요. Your face is familiar.
UFO. We're not going into conspiracies today. UFC. Trust me, I'm not a UFC fighter.
댄님 오셨네요, 댄님.
Danny. Dan.
오랜만이에요.
외국인 Korea. New name, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome, Dan. Welcome, Dan. We're going to meet him next week and have some school. So these days, let's say, like one of my new goals in 2021 is to become a lot healthier. When we were in the Netherlands 2 months ago, I was like drinking beer every day. I was just eating what I wanted to eat. And I gained a lot of weight. I gained 10 kilograms. In less than 3 months. And it got me worried because now in Korea, I'm like 30 years old. So it's a good time to start thinking about your body, become a little bit healthier. So I do that by not drinking or drinking less from Monday to Friday. In the weekend, I give myself the time to have a few drinks with Huya. Bulgam, bulto, bulil.
그래서 the weekday just no drink, but just only weekend.
Yeah, and if you follow my Instagram, I post a lot of stories because I really like to share what I do just in daily life, what keeps me busy. So I'm biking a lot.
맞아.
Oh man, I love to bike in Korea.
한 번 나가면 한 20km씩은 하고 오는 것 같아요. 자전거를. 잠시만. 실례가 안 된다면 두 분 나이가 어떻게 되시는지 알 수 있을까요? 가늠이 안 되네요. So 바트는 한국 나이로 이제
30살이에요.
그리고 국제 나이로 28, 저는 26.
Just,
만 나이로 26, 그리고 한국 나이로 28입니다.
Just remember the 28. That's it. Yeah, 10 kilo. Yeah.
주소나 저희 마스크 많습니다. 저 마스크 쌓여있습니다.
What?
영상 퀄리티가 너무너무 좋던데 바트 혼자 편집하시나요?
Yeah. So iGoBart, I cannot even pronounce my own channel name anymore. So iGoBart is a one-man team. Actually, it used to be together with Huya, but since this year she quit her job. So she stopped doing the jamak, subtitles, the titles, descriptions, stuff like that. I'm doing everything alone. Planning, filming, marketing, just narration. Yeah.
But we were doing together.
We were doing it together.
So 지금까지 올라온 영상은 같이 했던 영상들이고 이제는 아닌가? 맞지?
맞아요.
Yeah, 이제는 바트 혼자 하게 됐어요, 모든 거를.
Without Huya, I just seriously couldn't do it at all. Nothing. That was, I think, the hardest part of being a foreign YouTuber in Korea is that you depend so much on a Korean partner, whether it's a friend or your wife or your girlfriend. So without Huya, no, iGoBart cannot exist.
맞습니다. 바트 아저씨 오디오가 빌 시간이 없네. There's no empty space of the like voice. 한국 자전거 종주할 수 있는 길 있어요. 네, 맞아. 그 국토 종주 했습니다.
Yeah, actually last year.
맞아요. 지금은 네덜란드에 계신 저희 한국에 지금 있습니다. 나보다 동생이었다니 형이라고 해서 미안해요.
Maybe Anna can work for me. Not for free. I will pay, of course.
Anna can work for you. Yeah.
So if I'm going to hire anyone, then of course I will pay. But just financially, it's a little bit hard these days. I'm not always having a sponsorship, and advertisement income is like going up and going down. And one month it can be good, another month it's just freaking terrible. So I'm a little bit afraid to hire anyone because I cannot really keep a promise to be able to hire that person for a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe for 2 months I'm making good money on YouTube, and then suddenly, boom, it goes bad, and then I need to pay it from my own pocket, which I'm not able to do right now. Okay. This is fine. You guys would get marriage is such a big thing to do. Okay, so we got a question. To Europeans, yeah, we can show. Yeah, definitely. It's guys, just feel free to ask personal questions. I don't want to brag about being Dutch, but Dutch people are pretty much an open book. No secrets. They like to share private stuff, and they like to talk about controversial things. So this question that Europeans, I cannot talk for Europeans because me talking for Europeans is like we are talking for all the Asians. It's just not possible. I can talk for the Dutch people. Marriage is indeed a big thing. It's a bigger thing than in Korea. In Korea, I feel that it is expected that you get married with your partner.
I think it's quite expected in Korea. Like
it's not really
like
There's not really that space, the freedom to choose to live together, have children without getting married. So while in the Netherlands, we have that freedom without being judged by anyone, not by your parents, your friends, or your family. So you're free to do whatever you want to do. For example, my sister, she's now in a relationship for 7 years. She has 2 children, but they are not married like we and I are. They have a partnership, so some kind of contract, but that's it. So in the Netherlands, it's yeah, people are free to do whatever they want to do. Nobody will judge that. Hey, Eric, one of my friends just entered. Happy Valentine's Day. So I would like to know from you guys, like, what are you doing on Valentine's Day usually?
다들 발렌타인데이에 뭐 하세요?
To me personally, for me, it's those holidays are not necessarily a reason to suddenly like do something fun.
That's true. I think that part, I think we are quite matching well, right?
Yeah.
Like we are not really like a holiday, anniversary person.
No, we just do it whenever we feel like it.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, it's Valentine's Day because suddenly give me. Like, actually, I want you to buy me chocolate.
진짜? 알았어.
I'm a big,
미안해. 내가
I'm a big chocolate fan.
I was like, you're on your diet, so I was like maybe he wouldn't eat or something.
So what is Leonardo da Vinci saying?
어디? 다른 나라는 그럭저럭 조급은 가봤는데 네덜란드는 아직 한 번도 못 가봤어요. 네덜란드 아직 꿈에서만 가봤대요. 그런데 네덜란드 남자들 지구상에서 가장 크잖아요, 키가?
The Netherlands people are tall? Yeah, so
they're tall.
According to Google, the people in the Netherlands are the tallest people in the world. I think after that is maybe Denmark or Norway. So men are somewhere average for like 186 or 185. Or somewhere in the 180, and women maybe 169 or 170. I'm not sure exactly. So me myself, I am back kusipchil centimeter. 197 centimeters. Kriya is just a very tiny person compared to me.
But I mean, like one thing I was really like feeling uncomfortable in the Netherlands was like always there's like a small mirror in the toilet. It's like I cannot just reach at all. You know, I cannot just reach.
It's too high. Everything
it's
for
too
you.
high. So
for me, it's the other way around. Everything is too low in Korea.
맞아.
There are many videos on YouTube talking about how it is for a tall person to live in Korea. I've seen videos of like women who are like only 179 and talk about tall life in Korea. I'm like, wow, what the fuck? You're not tall.
179.
197 is tall. Those people have a problem. Either you hit your head somewhere. That's one. For example, the kitchen is already low. So when I do sokochi, when I'm doing the dishes, my back hurts because I have to bend over in an unnatural position.
That's true.
The toilets are like an exercise. You know, the squat exercise. Like,
the squat toilet.
Yeah, no, not even that. Just normal toilet
really?
already very low for me.
Okay.
And when I look in the mirror in the Hwajang Seal, I just see my kasum, my chest. I'm just looking at my chest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I like brushing my nipples before sleeping. No. Seriously, I don't see my head, so I always have to bend over, and it's painful. It actually hurt so much that last week I went to the hospital here in Korea because with the editing, I'm spending a lot of time behind the desk, and without even noticing, I'm like having the turtle sit. Tall people probably know what I'm talking about. Sokochi for Korea, but yeah, I have to do the sokochi. But we do have a machine these days, then, like yours.
that's true.
A really small dishwasher. It's so not convenient. Please don't buy it.
It's too small. So.
Yeah. So anyway, so part of living a healthier life, I need to take care of my back a lot. So I need to train my core. I need to lose weight. I need to make sure that I have a straight position. So if I sit straight, now I'm sitting straight. It's really difficult for me. It's really hindro.
It's like we have to hold belly.
Yeah. I have a lot of belly. I have a metro belly.
So there was one question. So it's like old question. 어디지? 벨기에랑 네덜란드는 사이가 좋나요? How's the relationship between Belgium and the Netherlands?
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So in Belgium they speak 2 languages, actually more than 2. But the majority of the people they speak Dutch and French. So I think the Dutch people they do have a good relationship with the Belgian people who speak Dutch.
Okay.
Other than like we make a lot of fun of the Belgian people. We make jokes about them, how stupid they are. That's a little bit stereotype that Dutch people have about Belgium. I'm pretty sure they make jokes about us too. It's a little bit similar with the relationship we have with Germany. Right, Anna?
Yeah.
If Anna's still listening. More questions? There are a lot of questions.
잠깐만. 2014. So there, the Dutch king and queen, the bubu came to Korea.
Yeah.
Like to visit one of the events, and he asked, "Have you been there?" But
in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, I was in Korea in 2014. That time I was living in Incheon and Bupyeong, studying at the Songyugwan Dakkyo, level 1 Korean. And that was my first time to come to Korea. Very interesting time. No, but I haven't seen a king at that. Was it the king or the queen?
Like the bubu, 같이.
Probably the king.
Yeah.
Willem and Maxima.
With the Brazil like wife.
Argentinian.
Argentinian. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Not Brazil.
Sorry.
Priya, you should also do your history.
Sorry.
One day you need to.
I was confused.
One day you need to integrate. You need to know these answers.
So the Leonardo da Vinci, he's a really big fan of football, and he wants you to recommend like where can you visit like to watch football in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands.
Yeah. So it's like Ajax, Eindhoven.
I can only recommend you one place, and that's Amsterdam, Ajax, because I'm a fan of Ajax.
Yeah.
I'm not going to recommend you any other club. Anna, the Dutch literally make fun of everyone, though, don't they? Yeah, that's true. So what I noticed in Korea, this is for me a very big cultural difference. And it's giving me a hard time to live in Korea, too. And that's that in Korea, it's not really polite to complain or to always bluntly give your opinion on something. I do, because in the Netherlands it's very common to give your opinion on everything, no matter what, and to unfilter it as well. So to say whatever you think, what's on the top of your mind, spit it out, and you will be okay. It's fine. And you can complain as well. That's quite normal.
I think they appreciate your complaining.
They know. I don't think so.
No,
and I understand. And
I think
nobody should understand my complaining. I complain a lot, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a way for me to to relieve.
But I think it was really shocking to be in the Netherlands, because everybody was like I'm like
Yeah. So what I learned from Korea, and I think this is a really good thing, is to complain less, and to focus more on the positive. Just overall, it made me a more positive man. And it's better for you, because you hated me for complaining every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I
tried to complain less. Yeah. Well, so are there any Korean questions?
Okay.
You have the better eyes.
현재 네덜란드에서는 일본을 어떻게 생각하나요? So, like in the Netherlands, how they think about Japan?
Okay. I think Dutch people know more about Japan than they know about Korea. And I'm not talking about all the controversial stuff. I'm not talking about the war and how they colonized a big part of Asia and what they have done. But more the cultural aspect. So Osaka, like they know Tokyo, they know the cities, Yokohama in Japan, and they know the cherry blossom, they know something about the architecture, about the clothes. Unlike Korea, then Dutch people hardly know anything. These days it's changing a lot, especially young people. They know more and more about Korea. They probably know more than me about K-pop and K-drama. Really interesting to see how the interest in Korea, that level is rising every new month. But then Corona came, so suddenly like the popularity of Korea went down a little bit, because there was this weird negative stigma because of the Chinese coronavirus. But that time is over now. I'm really glad. So now Korean popularity is going up again. And every time I go back to the Netherlands, I try to advocate, I try to like raise awareness on how good of a country Korea is, because it is. There are so many things we can learn from Korea in Europe. Also the other way around. So it's not a one-way direction, but definitely we can learn a lot from Korea. And I try to tell people that it is part of my mission.
But I think this day that people know about Korea a lot. 그냥 네덜란드에서 사람들 만나면 다들 한국에서 왔다면 되게 궁금해하시더라고요. 바트 형 한국에 첫 방문할 때 was there any reason, like some kind of motivation that the first visit of Korea?
Yeah, I started backpacking in Asia after my job in the Netherlands, and the first country that I visited was South Korea. And I traveled for 5 months to all the Southeast Asian and East Asian countries. It was super fun. I had fun in each and every country, but I liked it most in Korea. So of all the memories in Korea, they were sticking around in my mind. So after that whole trip, I was almost running out of money. It's like, yeah, I do have a little bit more money. So shall I go back to the Netherlands? No, I don't want to. So in which country do I want to stay a little bit longer? And that was Korea. So I just booked a ticket and I went back to Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how it went.
But like, which part was like most like sticking in your mind?
Drinking.
Drinking.
Especially the first time. There's a big difference between living in Korea and visiting Korea as a tourist.
Oh, so how is different?
The time, if you stay a short time in Korea, you only experience the fun part without really understanding the deeper socio-cultural problems or benefits that the country has, or advantages.
Yeah.
So you only touch the surface, but the surface is extremely fun. It's like drinking, going karaoke, play games, walking home there, cheap food, like go out for dinner every single day. Meet really nice people. You're like exploring a part of the world that not many people know about. So you feel also a little bit like uplifted because of that. Maybe you can translate that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool. So many people who just travel to Korea, they are always convinced to stay a bit longer than they were planning to.
그래서 무슨 얘기였냐면, 백패킹을 해서 이제 제일 기억에 남았던 게 한국이어가지고, 그러니까 배낭여행을 했을 때 한국이어가지고 한국에 왔는데, 너무 그 기억이 너무 재밌어서 다시 돌아오게 됐대요. 근데 어떤 부분이 되게 재밌었냐면, 가장 음주 문화라든지, 외식하는 거, 이런 것들이 너무 즐거워가지고 되게 재밌었는데, 그런 한국에 오래 살게 되면 훨씬 더 그 딥한 것들을 느끼게 되는데, 여기 한국에 짧게만 있다 보면 어떤 그런 아주 그 surface, 그 표면적인 부분들을 많이 느끼게 되는데, 그 부분들이 엄청 좋다고 합니다. 나 방금 너무 번역을 못했다. 그죠?
됐다?
네, 맞아요.
So Rotterdam, yeah. Definitely, yeah. I think I visit almost every city and village in the Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah, I like traveling. Rotterdam is a nice city. It's not my favorite. If you like modern architecture, then Rotterdam is the place to be. But I'm more of a traditional architecture guy. So I like cities like Amsterdam, Utrecht, and Hague. Those are my favorite cities.
선남선녀님 얼마 남지 않은 시간 섹시한 하루 되세요. 안녕히 가세요. 레오나르다 빈치 is saying bye to.
Okay, bye. Thanks for dropping by. See you next time.
한국에 돈 쓰면서 놀기에는 세계 최고죠. 여러 나라 살아봤지만. Yeah. So 한국은 if you have money, then it's like a good place to be.
Good place to be?
Yeah.
In Rotterdam?
No, I mean in Korea.
Oh, in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, money. So for me, it's a good place to be, but still need to work on the money.
Yeah.
So now, actually, guys, I want to do the announcement now because I don't want other people to wait too long for this. These days, maybe you noticed or maybe you didn't, I'm uploading less videos because I am planning to take a break for a while on iGoBart. There are several reasons for it. It's kind of sad. It is sad because I work so hard for iGoBart, but these days I don't feel that the views are what my videos deserve, and I hold myself accountable. So I feel personally responsible for this. I changed the content so many times. So maybe some of you remember we started as a Cookje Couple channel. Then I did a trip to Bukhan to North Korea, which did very well. And after that, I did some different vlogs. Then I did interviews. I did something about K-pop, history. So many different things. And along that journey, I felt that every time I brought a few of my subscribers, but not all of them, because that new subject, that new content I was making was not appealing enough for the subscribers that I already gained before that. So this is also the advice that I would like to give to any starting YouTuber, that once you figure out what is working well on your channel, then it's very smart, I believe, to exploit that thing, that topic, or that style of editing, or whatever it was. And I feel like I missed the boat a couple of times. So one was with North Korea. I could how do you say that? I could build more on that, for example, or later the interviews with the veterans. Like I could do more only about that. But I decided to switch because that's just my personality. And now in hindsight, do I regret it? No, because I had a lot of fun along the way. But these days, it's such a struggle for me to make something and try to get that view count up again. It gives me a lot of stress. So I work harder just to get those views up, but nothing really happens. And I don't know, I feel it takes away a lot of my joy. I'm not sure if I still make any sense, because now it's becoming a little bit technical. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, because I think YouTubers are entrepreneurs, you also should know when to take a break or when to pause whatever you are doing and then go on to the next project. Because if you keep struggling with that same project but nothing is changing, which nothing changed for already some time, then I think it's better to just focus on something else and put your energy on something else that maybe can work. So don't be surprised if you don't see any uploads maybe the coming months, maybe half a year, because I'm not going to upload anything. I'm not going to throw away iGoBart. It's going to be there. Maybe I will figure it out. Maybe I'll come up with something new, a better niche, or just at least one focus that will work better. But so far, I haven't figured it out yet. And now Huya also quitting her job, so she quits working for me.
Yeah.
Stops working for me. That gives a lot of pressure on me, because I'm still a content creator in Korea, and 89% of my followers are Koreans. I'm not sure how their English sufficiency is, but many of them, they do expect Korean subtitles, Korean titles, Korean description, Korean in the thumbnail, and that I cannot do anymore. And I spent half the time on literally on every video. I literally spent 1 or 2 days like figuring out how to write things down in Korean, like what would Koreans like to see. So every video, I need 2 more days to put it online. And that's a really painful process, especially when you see the views are going down on average. And that's why I decided to take a break from iGoBart. Yeah, I'm not sure if Huya needs to recap what I've said.
So Ginny Boy kind of summarize what you said.
Oh, okay.
On the comments.
Thank you, Jenny.
Very, very thank you.
Jenny's a friend of mine, Korean living in the Netherlands.
네. 네, 저 다시 한번 설명을 해드리자면, 이제 바트가 좀 오랫동안 유튜브를 해왔는데, 어떻게 보면 어떤 유튜브에서 어떤 한 영상이 팍 잘 됐을 때 그거를 어떻게 보면 좀 끌고 나갔어야 됐는데 그런 기회들을 몇 번 놓친 것 같았고, 지금 이제 지금 아이고바트 상태에서는 어떤 약간 길을 좀 잃은 듯한 느낌이 있고, 그 새 영상들에 대해서 이제 뷰를 조금이라도 더 끌어내려고 노력하는 그런 순간들이 되게 스트레스가 좀 많았어가지고, 그리고 거기다가 이제 저도 이제 바트 유튜브를 도와주는 거 그만하고 이제 제 본업이랑 제 커리어에 좀 더 집중을 하게 됐거든요. 그래서 그런 복합적인 상황들 때문에 이제 유튜브 아이고바트는 좀 잠시 동안 퍼즈를 하고, 하지만 아이고바트는 거기 계속 있을 거고, 그리고 언제라도 만약에 좀 좋은 아이디어가 있거나 좀 좋은 콘텐츠에 대한 좀 더 나은 이제 니쉬가 있다고 생각이 들면 이제 다시 돌아오겠지만, 아무래도 뭐 한 달, 뭐 몇 달 동안, 아니 뭐 반년 동안 영상이 없을 수도 있다는 점, 그거 좀 너무 놀라지 않으셨으면 좋겠다는 그런 거를 말씀드리려고.
And I see Miguk Aje joined the club. American friend. He has a metal detecting channel. Really interesting. Go check it out. We made a video together. Thanks, Jenny, for translating. I think a big part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the announcements. So then what will I do? Oh no, first of all, before I continue, I opened up a membership on my channel, and actually quite a lot of people joined, and I really appreciate that with all my heart. I think the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen is that people just voluntarily join and pay for something. Without getting, like, besides the videos, without getting that much more in return. I thought about ways to add more value for the members, but it simply just took too much time, and I couldn't do it. That would give me more stress. And then the whole point of getting that extra money so you can at least survive with your channel is gone. So we developed a really nice emoji yeah, that was what we did.
Really, yeah.
But because I'm not going to upload anymore, I'm not sure if I can do it myself. If I can, I will stop the memberships, because of course I'm not I don't want any money if I'm not working for it. That should be clear. So don't worry about that. And I see Yunhyun. Okay, so there's one member in the chat, and you can see the emoji. So the longer you are a member of my channel, the bolder the emoji gets. So after I think 6 months, you just look like this. So it's supposed to be me. We designed it. Yeah. So I'm not sure if there are any new people here, but I really hope you understand why I take this step, why I made this decision. Yeah, it's time for something new. So now I do have a plan for 2021. So I really do have a clear plan, actually. One of them is, maybe you've noticed that my videos on iGoBart are a lot like documentary style vlogs. One of my bigger dreams is to make a big documentary. I would like to make a documentary in Korea for the bigger public, for the world, maybe on Netflix one day, and that's something I want to work at. So I want to improve my filmmaking skills, narration, filming, maybe dig a little bit deeper into the subject that I want to make a documentary about. So this is one.
그래서 바트에 이제 올해 이렇게 새로 생긴 목표가 있다면, 이제 저희 그 바트 영상 보시는 많은 분들이 이제 바트 영상이 좀 다큐멘터리 같다라고 말씀을 해주셨는데, 바트도 다큐멘터리 만드는 거에 너무 관심이 많고, 오랫동안 이제 어떤 필메이킹 스킬이나 조금 더 좀 스케일이 큰 다큐멘터리를 제작하는데 한번 힘을 쏟고 싶다. 네, 그래서 조금 더 좀 큰 뭐 넷플릭스나 뭐 그런 쪽으로 좀 더 이제 해보고 싶다라고 새로운 목표 중에 하나입니다.
Yeah. Next to that project, as I already started studying Korean. I've been in Korea now a couple of years, and I feel that not knowing or not speaking Korean fluent enough really stops me from developing into anything, whether it's on my channel. So the only way I can take control of my own projects and my own goals is by speaking Korean, at least to a certain level that I don't need Korean anymore to make a title or a thumbnail, stuff like that. So 40% of my time goes into Korean study. I go to Hagwon 4 days a week, and I really want to boost my Korean skills. So that's going to be throughout the whole year, and I'm going to spend all my saving money on that. It's a priority. It's now or never, because you cannot just study and then stop, study and stop, or just study with your wife a little bit, or do it by yourself. I don't have the discipline for that to do by myself. I admit it, I suck. So I need to go to a study that I paid for with a teacher who will punish me for being lazy or procrastinating. And that's another goal.
또 지니보이님께서 다 통역을 해주시고 계시는데, 두 번째 목표는 한국에 살면서 이렇게 한국어가 완벽하게 유창하지 못하는 게 너무 이제 걸림돌이 많이 됐고, 그리고 이제 뭐 예를 들어 썸네일이나 뭐 제목이나 이런 거를 완벽하게 한국어로 자기 혼자서 할 수 있지 못하는 게 조금 많이 힘들기도 해서 40%의 시간은 모두 한국어 공부하는 데 쓰고 싶고, 그러니까 지금이 아니면 못할 것 같다는 생각이 들어서 이제 아예 모든 어떤 이제 저축한 돈들이나 이런 것들을 이제 다 뭔가 한국어의 그 레벨을 발전시키는 데 사용하고 싶다고 말씀을 했습니다.
미국 아재, if you need an actor for your dog, hit me up. I definitely, I know you're a good actor. You're a lot of energy. Sometimes a film needs that. So yeah, that is that. And then I do open up a new YouTube channel. The irony. Because I know the hardship of starting a new YouTube channel. I don't have any expectations about this new YouTube channel. I will announce it on my Instagram when it's there, maybe in the community tab on iGoBart. But the whole function of this channel is to work on my filmmaking and storytelling skills. So I want to use it as a practice platform for myself to make quality videos and to improve on my own filmmaking skills without thinking too much how can I hit the algorithms of YouTube? How can I get those views and subscriptions and stuff like that? Unfortunately, so like I explained before, there's not going to be any Korean subtitles, but it's going to be in Korea, so it might still be interesting for you to see. I will announce it when I uploaded my first video. Just experimenting a lot now with editing, filming, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's it. So I have 3 goals for 2021.
그리고 네, 세 번째 목표 중에 하나는 이제 다른 유튜브 채널을 만들 건데 이제 거기는 정말 자신의 필메이킹이나 스토리텔링이나 이런 역량들을 좀 연습하고 발전시키는데 쓰이는 그런 플랫폼으로 사용이 될 거고요. 거기에는 이제 한국어 자막이 없지만 그래도 여전히 한국에서 있는 내용들이 올라오니까 만약에 관심이 있으신 분들은 나중에 바트가 인스타그램으로 공지를 한다고 하니까 거기서 한번 이제 구독을 해주시면 될 것 같아요.
I had a few questions. So 바트님, sorry, my Korean reading is so slow. 만약에 영화 제작자 되면 함어 표류기 영화 만들어 주세요.
함어 표류기 영화 만들어.
I've considered that. Hamel could be one of the documentaries that I can make because I filmed so much and you don't want to know. I traveled to Jeju Island, to Gangjin, to Yosu, to Pohang, to Busan, to Namantangjeong, to just in Seoul, and to the Netherlands, the Rijp, and Gorinchem. So to 9 places spread over 2 countries just to film the Hamel series. I think that's the biggest project I've ever done. It was extremely fun though. But yeah, maybe one day I will just make one Yonghwa out of it. If I ever gonna make a documentary, so if I finish a documentary, I will upload it on iGoBart. That I promise. So first I will experiment a little bit. I will try to make a trial documentary about certain things. That will go on iGoBart and with Korean subtitles. 약속.
저기요.
한국어 하시는 영상 많아요.
한국 어디?
Where?
한국 하시는 영상 많아요.
그래서
저번에 네덜란드에서 the riot in the Netherlands. So how that became?
Oh, the riots in the Netherlands. So it's very interesting because being in Korea and then seeing the news about my own country from a distance, I do understand why people have such a twisted perspective on certain countries if they only get their information from the news. First of all, news is very biased and it shows only like a negative side of it. Okay, having said that, yeah, there were riots in the Netherlands, mainly young people just going to the street, to the corona rules, like stealing, robbing, fighting with the police. That happened for 2 days and then the police got everything under control. Now, I don't know who these people are. Maybe they are the conspiracy thinkers regarding corona. Maybe they are the young people who've been inside for 1.5 years during their prime time, not being able to date, to go do fun things outside. And this was their way to, for whatever reason, just express themselves. There's no good word about this, not at all. I totally hate seeing them destroying my cities in the Netherlands, but it happened for a few days and now I think things are under control. You know where the real problem is? Maybe in Myanmar, where the army took over. There's the military coup, or in White Russia, or maybe in Russia itself. Like those are the real riots. But in the Netherlands, it made the global world news. It was breaking news, but it was nothing to be worried about. Maybe I'm not sure. You need to translate a little bit.
It's what about just not kidding at all? Just why don't you just upload regularly, but more, more spacious, like one video in a couple of months or 3 months. Then you will not be forgotten.
I will be. But sometimes I feel like I'm already forgotten. YouTube is a really hard world. So one day you get the fame. Your video is doing extremely well, 100,000 views to 1 million views. That happened a few times to me. And then people start messaging you on Instagram, on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And you feel so good. And then you upload another video and then boom, you feel that everything is gone. And that has such a big impact on your mental that you try to work harder to fix that, but the opposite happens. So yeah, I can consider that. I'm not sure. I don't want to promise that right now because I need to know what to do first before I even do that. Otherwise, I'm still like with iGoBart in my mind every day. Yeah. And I just want to step away from that for a while. And another question?
Uh,
thank you guys for
I'm
so happy with how many support I received from Koreans. Anyone actually.
So will you get a new job? It's like very emotional and sad life.
So actually I'm quitting my own job because I'm a one-man team now.
Yeah.
I'm having my own business, which is the iGoBart business. I'm just quitting that job. Yeah. So for some time I have to do it without an income. I saved a lot of money. Not a lot of money, just enough to.
A lot of money. Oh, we save a lot of money.
No, not at all. Just enough to survive this year. But I want to work on filmmaking, on documentary filmmaking. I want to make that my job eventually. And if I can combine that with YouTube, because I still love doing YouTube, because it goes hand in hand. If you're a filmmaker, then YouTube is the place to be. Then I still hope I can call myself a full-time YouTuber by the time. But yeah, we have to see. I know what to focus on, and I'm gonna do it. No doubt about that.
So 자기가 꿈꾸는 어쨌든 지금은 이렇게 바트도 자기 직장을 관두는 거잖아요. 어떻게 보면 유튜브를 그만두는 거니까. 그런데 이제 나중에 결국 이제 꼭 나중에 내가 갖고 싶은 그 직업은 이제 정말 필메이커, 정말 프로페셔널한 필메이커로서 되는 것이기 때문에 그걸 위해서 더 뭔가 투자를 하는 그런 시기가 되지 않을까 하는 생각입니다.
One Kim has a question.
어디?
So 그러면 바트는
이거
이제 새로운 직업을 가질 건가요? That's the one we answered.
So 이거 새로운 채널. If you make a new channel, then can you let us know through community?
Yeah.
Because I don't have Instagram.
So when I upload the first video, I will let you know on the community tab and on my Instagram. And also I started doing Clubhouse, new application. It's only for the iPhone holders, unfortunately.
Clubhouse 아세요, 다들?
Yeah. I'm actually planning to use it a little bit more. It's a good way for me to practice my speech, my conversation skills, maybe narration, and share with other influencers, content creators, whatever you want to call them, in the world. So hook me up, and then maybe we can have a chat.
Yeah.
On Clubhouse. I'll soon open a group with other YouTubers. That's what I'm working on. People know it. Do you know Clubhouse?
다들
It's trending right now.
If this channel is too pressure to you, then why don't you make sub-channel to upload the videos that you can be comfortable?
Yeah, that's actually basically what my new channel is going to be.
Yeah. 그래서 새 채널이 나올 건데요.
So there are three things I want to focus on in the new channel. One is lifestyle, because of iGoBart, actually, I started to think about, how it is to live a life without going to an office, without having that like traditional full-time job in the Netherlands. And I'm actually surprised that I already survived it for 4 or 5 years without having that job. So I think I learned a lot along the way, and it's time to share my experience about how to live such a life. There are many stories. I can make many videos about that. Working on my health as well. So I want to challenge myself to become healthier, to lose weight. I can make videos about that. So lifestyle, Korean vlogs, just sometimes whenever I feel like it, filming something in Korea. And of course, filmmaking. So filmmaking is going to be weaving throughout all those videos. That's a new channel. It's a clear niche, because if I have to explain what iGoBart is about, I can't.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult. I need to write a whole book to explain to people what it actually is.
A whole book, yeah.
It's usually I tell people that I try to build a bridge between the Netherlands and Korea, or Korea and the Netherlands.
Yeah.
So any subject that touches on both countries, that's like reason enough for me to film it. But some people might feel, it's more about Hanguk Jeonjang, about the veterans, other stuff, or something people think is more about North Korea. Some people think it's about Kukche couple.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't really like to do Kukche couple videos that much, because one, it's very private. Two, then there are 2 people working for the video, because you need twice as much as time. And I think this is really exploited topic on the YouTube channel.
맞아.
There are a few couples that are very interesting and they want to educate their whole life. You need
really like a good character for it, right?
No. I'm way too serious.
I mean, like we are kind of like kind of like a good 국제 couple to be in YouTube, but it's like then you have to pull your like 국제 couple-ish vibe every time. Like
when I meet people on the street, they say like, oh, you're so much more fun and real.
맞아. 실제로 왜 이렇게 활발해요? 항상 always like in the videos like today my topic is.
Anna has no iPhone. Go buy your iPhone.
Oh, go buy your iPhone.
저봤더니 네덜란드 교실도
네덜란드 교실도 열어주세요. 기회가 Dutch slang.
Dutch slang.
Dutch slang.
I've been away from the Netherlands that I didn't even know Dutch slang. So okay, but I can explain this. So in the Netherlands, we swear a lot, maybe more than in Korea. And what Dutch people like to swear with is diseases. So, for example, somebody can randomly just say typhus.
What is that?
The disease, typhus.
Typhus?
Yeah. It doesn't mean that person has typhus. I'm not even sure. I don't think the disease still exists.
But maybe is it like appropriate to say?
Some diseases are more appropriate than other diseases, but overall swearing is not really appropriate. So if the least appropriate word that Dutch people use when they're really angry or really emotional or just really hate you, they say the word kanker. Cancer. But don't use it. It's really a bad word. I don't really like it when people say it. But that's how Dutch people express themselves when they're really angry. They just swear with diseases.
나 완전 궁금한 거 생겼어. So there's is there any Valentine tradition in Netherlands? Because her boyfriend is also Dutch, and he said in the Netherlands on Valentine's Day you have to eat breakfast together. Or like you have to eat breakfast in your bed.
Is that a tradition? It sounds like something that Dutch people can do. Yeah.
And she's like, maybe she's stopping is like a lie or is real tradition.
Well, what did he say? Did your boyfriend or husband say that the woman has to do it or the man? I think that makes a big difference.
발렌타인 데이 아침에 침대에서 먹는데 아침에.
I think in a very emancipated country like the Netherlands, on Valentine's Day it's a little bit traditional that men treat their women.
Oh, really?
A little bit better. Yeah, in the Netherlands. We're in Korea. You always say like you're in Korea, but you need to adapt. You need to adapt. So I'm not bringing my no Dutch cultural advantage for you in Korea. But yeah, I mean, breakfast in bed is nice, right?
Oh, yeah, breakfast in bed.
I always when I wake up. So we have a rule. If I wake up earlier than Guia has to make my coffee. If I wake up later than Guia, then Guia has to make my coffee.
So I make coffee every
yeah, so Guia just always makes my coffee.
It's just my morning routine, but it's not for me, just for Bart.
Making coffee is the best thing in the world. I enjoy it so much. At first you smell the coffee beans. You put them in the machine, the whole process, and then it tastes just so much better. But when somebody else makes it, that's perfect.
Sometimes I feel like I'm a coffee maker, not a wife.
네덜란드 여행 가고 싶은데 유명한 도시 관광지 말고 so a famous city in the Netherlands.
So maybe it's just her boyfriend's like line. Suriname. Suriname. Like Suriname Dutch Suriname. Suriname plus Dutch.
Suriname plus Dutch. Yeah, so they have their. What?
What do you want?
Number, what is the question?
So maybe it's like the tradition is mixed, or it's just Suriname's traditions, or.
That could be
eating breakfast.
Yeah. So that we still have the Kingdom of the Netherlands. We have overseas, like kind of territory. So we have special like a regulation with a few countries, and we have municipalities overseas in the Caribbean. So the Netherlands is not only the Netherlands. We do actually have islands. We do have a volcano. we do have beaches, like really nice warm beaches. We do have beaches in the Netherlands, but like Caribbean beaches.
Oh.
Yeah. I've never been there. It's really expensive. It's far away.
Is it?
Yeah. So Aruba, Bonaire, Curaçao, Sint Maarten, Saba.
그러면 거기는 do they also pay tax to Dutch government?
The municipalities, yes, and they are also allowed to vote.
Vote for the
prime minister.
Prime minister, okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. Okay, so I think, we talked about. Well, I talked about things that I wanted to talk about, like the new channel, my new goals, announcement for iGoBart. I'm not sure how many people have been in the live stream. I'm gonna put this video on my channel, so other people who didn't have time today, they can still see it. I will write a community post just in case, and then I hope I covered all the fields. And then if somebody didn't read it or see it, then sorry. So I really hope you understand, and I really appreciate you for coming to the live stream, for supporting the channel. Always, always hitting that like button helps supporting the videos. Writing a comment also helps supporting, pushing the videos algorithm. That's much appreciated. And I think I can also talk for Huya.
Oh.
Yeah. I think mostly I will update my status and what I'm doing in my daily life on Instagram. So please follow me there if you're curious. And Huya and I didn't have dinner yet, so that's what we're going to do now. Thank you, Bartini Fighting. En groeten uit Rotterdam. Groeten uit Korea. The regards. Dankjewel, Huya and Bart. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. 여러분 너무 감사했어요.
He looks like Ragnar of Vikings. We still have to watch the last season of Vikings.
Oh yeah, we didn't watch the last season of Vikings. Yeah.
So we didn't show you, but we have BHC chicken.
Actually, we ordered it to eat here, but we couldn't. Yeah, we were too focused.
It's curry, sprinkle curry. Okay, so 여러분 너무 감사합니다. 진짜 너무 감사해요. 감동이에요. 감동이에요. Yeah.
I want the chicken.
It's mine.
우리 거야. So, I saw this questions a lot, but do you know the Dejima in Nagasaki?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dejima. Yeah, that's where Hamel fled to.
Oh, okay.
It's a small island, almost to the mainland, and that's the Dutch had their trading post there. Yeah. I know. Yeah, in the Rijksmuseum, there's actually a whole wall with paintings about that particular island. Because in the times of the VOC, that we colonized a lot of countries. Bart님 정말 sincere pure 맛사랑 고마워요. 맛있게 드세요. 네.
감사합니다.
잘 먹겠습니다.
안녕.
지금 구독했어요. 감사합니다. 아이고. Enjoy your meal. Yeah. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
To the new people again. 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
새해 복 많이 받으세요.
And maybe one day you see me again on iGoBart, but not anytime soon. Just if there's an update, I'll let you know on community post.
Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
안녕. 뭐야?